Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Diary of a Technowizard here on the Primus server. I'm playing the Unabridged Modpack, and today I want to go over all of the little changes that I've made between this episode and a few episodes ago now. It's actually, I haven't been back here at the base to record for a little bit since I was over in Twilight, and then I did that little bit of a mod spotlight last episode, and I promised that the next one I would go over all of the changes around the base. So, first of all, if you watched all the way to the end of the last episode, you'll know that the integrated circuit mods doesn't work on the server very well. It causes lots of crashes, and Nonsanity, the server op, decided that it would be best to just remove it from the server for the time being until it gets a newer update that's a little bit more server friendly. So all my integrated circuit stuff is just gone. That's okay. Yeah, I crashed the server several times trying to work with it on the server, but it works fine in single player. Anyway, let's proceed to tell you exactly what I did instead to get this to work. So it's not quite as sexy as it would have been if I would have had the integrated circuits, but I'm actually using two buttons, one to control each of the sides down there. So when I push this button and that light is on, that means that that's half of the speed power. And this one is the other half of the speed power. So I just use regular old lamps to indicate that they're on, so I know which way they're toggled at the time. And if I come in here and I can kind of show you through the walls here, there's remember the toggle bus from Blue Power? I'm just using two of those. There's one up there and there's one right there. Each of those toggle buses controls two of the drawbridges. And I'm using all insulated red net cable to connect everything, and just using different colors for different connections to the toggle latches. That's all there is to that. Like I said, I think it would have been cool to have the one button activation, but you know, it's still pretty tight, even the way I did end up setting it up. It's only just two toggle latches and two buttons, and a couple lights to indicate so that I can know what setting they're on right now. So with the lights on, that means the speed is engaged, and when the light is off, that means it's regular. So yep, and you can see when I toggle it, it does drop the tier of the altar just for a second, but then it goes right back up to tier 5 as soon as the runes finish swapping out. So that's all of that. I tidied this up a little bit. I didn't really like the conduit between there, so I ended up putting that conduit in and under. Let me get my correct mode here so you can see everything. There we go. So yeah, it's feeding into the bottom of that, and it's feeding into the bottom of that chest. I don't mind the item conduits back here so much, and you can see I had to wrap the redstone conduit around to this side. And I use carpenter switches and buttons because I really like the way they look when you use the anti-blocks in them. I thought red would be perfect for my blood altar because red, you know, just naturally fits. Back here you can see that my collection of spawners has grown quite a bit. I've got various spawners from different levels of the rogue dungeons. I've got some spawners that I got from over in the Twilight Forest. These are all Rogue Dungeon blazes. I don't think I would need any more of those. If I see any more skeleton spawners in the Rogue Dungeon, I'm definitely just going to break them because I think that's enough. Magma cubes. These are important because magma cubes are going to allow me to get the slime crystals. These guys right here, slime pearls for reliquary, because there's some of the reliquary stuff that I want to make, and I'm not getting enough drops right now for reliquary. So what I was thinking about doing is setting up a mob grinder, and that's another reason I'm collecting all these different spawners, so that I will be able to. And then I got some witch spawners. That's another one that's good because that'll give me sugar, redstone, glowstone, sticks, bottles. You know, lots of things that I actually use in the magic process anyway. So that would probably be a good one to have. I don't know if I'll use the exploding wisps or not, but I have some normal wisps right here. And these guys right here. These are important too. The rogue creepers. These are very dangerous. Gotta be very careful with those. because if they spawn and then they decide to blow up near the spawner, they'll blow up their own spawner. So, and those give the glands. You see, I've only gotten one. Now, interesting thing is, I do believe that the spiders give glands as well, I think. But I don't know about all spiders, but I definitely know these red scale broodlings give those glands, I think. Maybe. Could have swore that I got another one while I was over in Twilight, but I don't see it in my inventory now, so I don't know where it ended up. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just imagining things. But anyway, we're gonna do both. We're gonna have some these guys, these little spiders. I don't think I'm gonna do the regular spiders. Like I've got some. Yeah, I've got a level 5 spider, but it's gonna go all into a mob farm. And you see these pillars of material that I have over here. What I'm thinking about doing is expanding my drawer storage some more, because I really like the drawers. I really like using the drawers. The ME drives are great, but I like to see what I got. I like to be able to just go around and look at what I got. And the other thing about that is, if for any reason the ME system ran out of power, and I set up a mob farm and it's still running, the drawer system does not require that it have any power. So as long as I'm feeding all of my drops into drawers that are capable of dealing with the drops, even if my ME system does go offline, nothing is going to get backed up or overflow into the world or anything like that, as long as I'm using drawers to contain all the drops. So that's what these are going to be. These are going to be another 8 drawers on each side. And I don't know if I'm going to do the 4x4s. I'm thinking of doing all 4x4s for these guys over here. And maybe rearranging a few of the drawers around and stuff. There's some things that I got that probably should be in drawers that aren't right now. And yeah, actually I need a few more of these guys too. These compacting drawers. Because really, my emeralds should be in compacting drawers, and so should the quicksilver. There's a few other things that should be in compacting drawers that don't have a compacting drawer right now. So some of these will probably end up being compacting drawers, but I'm not sure where, which, whatever. And they're going to have both sides. So they'll be on this side, and some on this side, facing this side, and facing this side. And then I'll just connect them over to the rest of the drawer system with a few bits of trim. And you might be able to hear the next thing I'm about to show you. It's under the floor right there. Yeah, I'll just run some trim straight out and over to connect these up to the major system, and they're all within the range of that one drawer controller, plus any slaves that it might have. The slaves do not have their own range. The slaves use the range of this controller, so they don't extend the range any. Just some FYI there. So let's go down here and take a look at the next thing I got set up. Yeah, I already showed you that. That's my lava dude. He keeps lava in my system, so if I need lava for anything, I can pipe it from there, and he will always keep lava. But over here, you remember I made the ore bore a while back, and what I've done is I've brought one of these thermic stone extruders down here, and what he does is he eats cobblestone, and whenever he eats a piece of cobblestone, he has a chance of pooping out a stone nugget. So let's it's hard to see with the rate that spits out, but he is working. It's not real fast. But if I go ahead and grab myself a stack of cobble, you know what? I'm tired of that pop-up. I just realized that I could turn that off from watching somebody else's video. Dr. Ragehard. And I was like, oh, I can turn that pop-up off? That's good, because I really am annoyed by that most of the time. So what I can do is I can open this up. I'm going to just give him a whole stack of cobble to eat. Yeah, and you can see that the nuggets are getting sucked up into the vacuum hopper there. He is excreting a few nuggets there. Yeah, you can see. I hope you've seen them go up in there. What that is, that's just the vacuum chest, which goes ahead and feeds straight up into one of the drawers, the slaves. So it goes into the drawer system. So all the metal that he is putting out is immediately going into the drawers, into my storage system. And the vacuum chest has a blacklist. Did I forget to turn it back on? No, I turned it back on. The vacuum hopper has a blacklist, which prevents it from sucking in the cobble from the generator. So we're good there. Okay, I think that's about it on these two levels. I think I'm going to make this area over here like all my trophies and armor sets and stuff. It needs something over there. It's not very... It's kind of empty. It's an empty area. It needs some stuff. And I got a few more rituals that I want to put up. Hopefully I've got enough space for a few more rituals over this general area. Let's go up here. Let's see, any changes that I've done up here? Not so much changes, but soon I really want to get into some more really cool special Thaumcraft stuff. I've unlocked a few more of the warped researches. Let's see, I haven't done those two yet, but let's see, where's some of the good ones that I just recently unlocked? Not there. Under the Eldritch stuff, I've got all of this stuff up here unlocked. I can now make Void Thaumaturge robes because I've had an Eldritch revelation. You get the Eldritch revelation once you reach a certain amount of permanent warp. The veil has lifted, a door opened in my mind. When I look through, I see wonders. No, not wonders. What is it I see? What I see is I see. Who wrote this? I did, apparently, while I was on some warp. Anyway, the last thing I need to do here is unlock the what is it? The Sanguine Rite, the Crimson Rites. I need to read the Crimson Rites to unlock whatever it is that's right there, and I imagine that's going to open up some more of these other locked things. I'm hoping, like in the Automagi stuff, there's quite a lot of Automagi I haven't been able to unlock yet, and I'm not sure why. And if that doesn't work, I can always go get some some research notes and try to get some hidden research. So down here, let's see, I was thinking about maybe doing this Wrath Cage, because this is kind of cool. This lets you basically create a spawner, more or less. Let's get that one. I'll be a little bit warped till the end of the episode, but that's okay. We'll read that one. So to do this, I'm going to make a Wrath Cage. And then once you have the Wrath Cage, you... Right-clicking the Wrath Cage with a Diablo's Fork will cycle the cage between the different fuel types. Okay, interesting. So I need a Diablo's Fork in order to be able to use this. And then there we go, the Imprinting Crystal. So it kind of works a little bit like Soul Cages. A little bit. And I might get into that a little bit. I'm not sure. If there's something I want to do with, I want to make a Peck spawner. And you can't put a Peck into a auto spawner from MFR. I wouldn't want to use an auto spawner from MFR anyway. I think the only spawners systems that I would want to use that are artificial would be this Wrath Cage and maybe the Ender.io powered spawner. Since I am doing some Ender.io stuff. Unlocked the Inferno Wand, unlocked the Tainted Wand. It's actually pretty cool. It can hold 150 Viz and replenishes itself to 10% of every aspect, but only if you're in a tainted land, so it doesn't help me a lot. The other really awesome thing that I've done is I've unlocked a bunch of this tainted magic. Ooh, actually quite a lot of it. So one of the things under here, this tainted magic that I unlocked that's really cool, is this warping tree. Warp with tree is just that. The tree is infused with strenuous amounts of warp. Now, that by itself is it's a cool looking tree. In fact, I can show you one like super quick. Oh, that's right, we don't have the portals anymore. The portal mod is suspected to being one of the major causes of lag, so that was removed. The actual portal guns, and I haven't set up a new way to teleport back to the base yet, back to the spawn. We're going to get to that at some point. I don't think it's going to be this episode, but we can come over here and I can show you this guy right here. This is a warpwood tree. I thought that looked pretty good, kind of close to the spawning charging station. And I guess while I'm here, I will point out that Non-Sanity set up a kind of an automatic charging system. So if you have a whole bunch of like newbie wands, like the iron-capped wands, you can just throw them all in this chest. Flip this lever, and it'll go ahead and start charging them up, one by one. And I think he also set this to also charge the Greatwood wands that are gold-capped. Now, there's a lot of different wands, wand combinations, so each one would have to have its own filter on the filters from the underneath there. It's using Ender.io item conduit in order to move them stuff back and forth with a little bit of redstone to go with it. Anyway, back to my base. And I was going to say, it's going to load. It's going to load in. Okay, and I got an infusion set up here. What is this infusion? Oh, yes, because I wanted to upgrade this thing. This Viz stone's nice, but the one that you can actually craft, in fact, let me just grab a Thaumonomicon here so I don't have to keep going over to that table. Apparently have 3 of them now. I've gotten a lot of treasure out of chests because I've been doing through some rogue dungeons. Let me know if you guys want to see me do a rogue dungeon, and I'll record it and put it to some music or something if you guys really want to see that. But warp tree. The other thing, let's talk about this real quick before I do this infusion. But the other thing that you can do with those warp trees once you got them is you can make it awakened warp tree. And this is very cool because it's going to get you void seeds in a different manner, and we'll do that here in a minute. But under this tainted stuff, there's lots of cool things I can do. I can make these warped goggles of revealing, which have a pretty high armor rating for goggles of revealing. There's other ways to get that though. So you can add your goggles of revealing to various bits of armor. I'm not too concerned with that. But plus, I think it also causes you. Yeah, see, it has warping 1. I don't necessarily want to walk around with something that has warping on it if I don't have to. Then there's the Crimson Seamstress in here, so I can make crimson armor plating and crimson fabric, which allows me to actually craft all of the crimson. In fact, I can craft all of the crimson armors, so I don't have to go out and rely on trying to farm them. I can just craft all this stuff if I want it, and it can be fresh and new. Then this tab also allows for upgrading the upgrading it to void armor. Where is it? Void Fortress armor. I can make Void Fortress armor so that it self-repairs without having to put the repair enchantment on it by infusing your Fortress armor with void metal. It does increase the warping though. It takes a void helmet and then adds. Okay, anyway, it can be done, and I'm going to be making most of these armor sets, if for no other reason than for display purposes. I wanted to show you where they're all located in my research here before I actually start making them off camera. And then, okay, yeah, there's the Void Touch Crimson armor, so you can take the Crimson Cult armor and add some void metal to it, and it will also self-repair. I think it does not increase the warping on it. That's nice. So actually, well, the Cultist armor has warping by default, but the Crimson Cult armor does not. Now all it does is add Void Touched, which makes it self-repair. Then there's this thing, the Praetor armor. Now supposedly the Praetor armor is pretty good. I don't know if it's like the best or anything like that, but it does look really cool. And I can craft it if I had the Eldritch Eye ability to make the Eldritch Eye, which again, I'm not going to get that until I have that Crimson Rites, until I read the Crimson Rites. I don't want to read the Crimson Rites until I've made we'll come back to that here in a minute. Till I've made, where is it at? Nope, it's not here. Did I unlock something else here? I did unlock something else here. I get the New Horizons into the Void. There are ways to do some crazy things by throwing things into as a stabilized node. Like, I haven't figured this out exactly. And you can also make this crystalline wand, which has an amazing amount of Viz in it, but is not rechargeable. And then Void Putty. Oh yeah, you can make this Void Putty that'll allow you to repair any item that has damage. That's pretty cool. We've done all that. Okay, it's under here somewhere. Under the witch stuff. Under the witching gadgets. There it is. I want to make a atomic sauna. And I'll probably put this together off camera, but I wanted to show you that I have the research for it right here. Basically, it requires some water, I think. Oh, yeah, there's some effects of that warping that I got a little bit ago. I'm doing some research. Little buggers. They're everywhere, they're everywhere! Did I get them all? I still hear some. Oh, they're downstairs. Where are you guys at? Are they upstairs? Oh, they're all over the place. They're all over. Where are you guys at? Are they up here in my room? Better not be in my vault. No, okay, they're not in the vault. I hear them. They're outside. They're outside. Where are they at? They're going to kill themselves by jumping. That's okay. All right, anyway. Enough distractions. We're getting more and more warped. So up here on my living quarters level, I wanted to make a really nice, like, large bathroom area with the sauna in it, and make a shower, maybe make some crayfish stuff, or either that or use Decocraft. Mr. Crayfish and Decocraft are going to be my friend. So hopefully I'm going to get this level super highly decorated, finished up, and it's going to be my living quarters. So basically this, I don't know if I'm going to keep these over here. I also made this thing, and I don't know how to use it yet. So I might have to look into this. This is a furniture paneler for Bibliocraft, which I believe allows me to create furniture that has almost any texture from the Bibliocraft mod. So I don't think you're limited to just wood textures at this point. Anyway, I'll experiment with that and come back to that at a later date. But anyway, I'm going to put a bathroom up here with a sauna, atomic sauna that I can come up here and rest in and get rid of my warp, because we're going to be getting really warped in the next episode, I believe, because I'm going to be reading that Crimson Rites. We're not going to get there today, though. Anyway, let's put this together. This should be ready to go. If we look in here, up here, this is what I'm making, Viz storage. The capacity on the one that you craft is 250. The capacity on the one that you find in dungeons is only 25. So that's why I want to make this. This has let me carry around an additional 250 Viz in my wand. Now, I don't imagine that I imagine that I have all this stuff. Let's check. 24 aura, 64, 64, and 24. 24 aura, oh yeah, no problem there. 64, no problem. 64, no problem. And ooh, I do not have enough Vacos. Good thing I did check this. So I get my Vacos from chests. I just take a stack of chests and throw it in over here. Nice thing about that is I also get Metallum and Lucrum from it, and I don't understand why I get Metallum. I could understand the Lucrum because, you make chests because you're greedy and you want to keep everything that you pick up, But I don't understand where it's getting the Metallum from. So I think that's probably a mistake. And then over here, because this is the other thing I want to talk about today. This is going to be the last thing. Basically, this is going to be a bunch of updates. But enchanting. So I've set up my enchanting table. I've got my mana pylons here so that if I want to do a level 30 enchant with experience, I can. Now, I'm really not going to use that very much. And I've got my dark steel anvil right here. I moved this over closer to this because it kept breaking the network. And I figured, I'm doing my chanting over here. This is kind of, well, this is enchanting. This is enchanting wand focuses. So I just put it over here in this general area, and I've got a couple of bookshelves set up for all of my enchantments, my books, my enchanted books. Now, I actually have enough space over here too to set up the Britannia enchanting, or I could even do it on this level, but I'd have to move my loader again. So I'm not sure if I'm going to set that up or if I'm even going to do it. But it is kind of a cool way to enchant. What I was thinking of doing instead, let's see here. This should have enough material. I should have enough stuff in here now to go ahead and start this. We kind of keep an eye on it while I talk about what I'm doing for enchanting. There we go. Get that started. And I'm pretty dang sure that I don't have to worry about stability, so let's look in here. So for the enchanting, I want to do the bibliocraft. It's a printing press and a... I don't need the painting press, I need this guy right here, the typesetting table. So I'm going to need a chase. And I'm going to need just some other basic stuff. Yep, I'm good there. So get a typesetting table. And this guy... I should have all that. No? What am I missing out of the middle there? Oh, a weighted pressure plate. Okay. Don't have that. I don't know why I would have that. There we go. Now I can make a printing press. Kind of expensive because it costs some blocks of iron, but at this point I'm not worried about it. I've got my little dude down in the basement slaving away, eating cobblestone for me and pooping out nuggets. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put the typesetting table on this side. And the printing press right over here. Don't want to block the windows. Kind of block the window a little bit with this, but not too bad. So there we go. And I might actually end up making these bookshelves, 3x3 bookshelves, and just throw in some random books. I'm going to end up with tons of enchantments. Now, to get the enchantments in the first place, let's come down here. And look what I've already got a few here. I've got like Power 5 and some other enchantments that are decent. What I did is I went ahead and made an auto disenchanter. Because there's really no other way that I know of to remove enchantments from items. And it's a really good thing. I mean it's enchanting related, so I guess that's a machine that's magical related. So anyway, if I find a piece of armor or something in my chest over here that I say I really want the enchantment on, like Last Stand, Last Stand 2, or well, let's see if I can find something in here that I don't actually have that I want. Protection, Fire, Thorns, no, I don't want that. Protection, Soulbound, which doesn't work in this pack because of gravestones, so that doesn't do me any good. Unstable 2. No, nothing. So let's say I want Last Stand. I think I already got Last Stand 2 here somewhere. I do. But, you know, if I get extra copies, that's okay. So all I got to do is come over here. I've got this set to repeat yes. So if there's multiple enchantments on it, it will attempt to run it through the disenchanter until it is completely disenchanted. Then I throw that in there. It starts pulling energy from my network. And it's going to... I'm going to need to put some more books in there soon, in fact. Let me just grab books, because I got tons of books from when I went to the Twilight Forest. Oh yeah, look at all those books. I've got more enchanted books in there that I need to pull out and put upstairs by the enchanting system now, too. So put books there. And when it's done, it'll just pull out the enchanted book. And when the piece of armor has no more enchantments on it, it'll go ahead and pull that out and put it in the chest as well. So there we go, my disenchanting system kind of hidden back behind where the other non-magical stuff is kind of located. So I had a bunch of books in here too. Wow, I got quite a lot of them. Unstable, Feather, Vorpal. Ooh, nice, Vorpal. Vorpal is the vanilla version of Decapitator. So Vorpal will increase the chance that the mob that you kill drops a head. I wanted to point something out I just remembered. I wanted to point something out from back here. Apparently the ME system can ignore the rules of these guys, and has been putting stuff that stacks in here. Not so much the golden one. Yeah, it is. It actually is. See, I've got that's a dev null. But this one, it really can ignore the rules, and it's gotten like I should not be able to put stuff in here that aren't seeds, that aren't mega plant pack stuff, seeds, or that aren't, yeah. Anyway, the ME system is ignoring the rules on that, and it's just become basically an oversized chest in order, as far as the ME system is concerned. So anyway, there's that. I thought I'd point that out. I thought it was funny. It's not right, but it's funny. And I guess while I'm pointing things out, come down here and look, my power system is doing quite well. I found out that basically if I fill this thing up with ender pearls and I'm not doing a whole lot at my base, about a full inventory of ender pearls is going to hold me for about 5 days, real life time. And I've got this set up so that, in fact, I don't think I showed this yet. I've got this set up. I made this power monitor, and it emits a redstone signal when the storage goes less than 50% full. It stops emitting that signal whenever it gets up to 75% full. And that basically means that when that big capacitor up that I have up there, I guess it's not the biggest energy storage on the server, but it's good. It's good for me. It's more than good enough for me. I'm not going to go making one of those Zeta batteries or whatever. Those are ridiculously large, and I don't need it. But yeah, whenever that capacitor gets below 50%, this thing puts out a redstone signal. And what I've done is I've added a little extra step to my program. So it starts out with an AND gate so that it only will go if it's receiving a green signal. See, that's the green channel. And a black signal. And the black signal is the timer. So the timer can sit there and pulse all at once, but if this thing's not emitting a signal, the whole system won't run. So that's basically cutting off all of the system. So it won't run unless it's required. So it won't overrun. It won't overcharge the cells up here or anything like that. And it stays pretty efficient that way. So okay. Let's back up one more. We need to pick up our thing, but first we need to put some of these books away. So just, yeah, we'll just books. And what I can do is when I get a book that I really want or really need, and I don't have extra copies of it, I can make copies of it using the typesetting table. I'm actually going to need to make another chase. I forgot about that. Now there's a bug with these, and I think it's still in there. Chase, yeah. I think it's still in there in the mod that if you put one chase in this thing, you really won't ever have to put another chase in there because it will just go to a negative number, and it's not supposed to. I know it's a bug, but oh, fire protection and vorpal. See, now this one I wouldn't want to. Let's copy something simple, unbreaking. Silk touch. Actually, it's probably not the best one because that's really expensive. Auto smelt. Trying to see if there's one that I'd actually need more copies of. So last stand. That's one I probably want more copies of because I'd like to put that on some armor in the future. It goes into that slot. And then you need a special. Where is it at? You need some glasses. Either these glasses from Bibliocraft, or you can get a monocle instead. I usually like the monocle, but we'll use these glasses. And then if you put these on, you can see the extra information when you look at this guy over here. So now you can see, I can see that it says select a spellbook. It requires 40 levels, and it's last stand 2 that's in there. So I need 40 levels. Now the only thing I need to do is maybe make a second one of these guys to put up. Wow, I've got a lot of experience in there. Retrieve. I've apparently got some kind of XP loop going. I don't know where the experience is coming from. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. It's the first time I've seen it. Oh, I know what's happening. Well, I guess I have infinite experience. I'm not going to explain how this works. I'm just going to report it, guys. I apologize. I'm not intentionally doing this. I will fix it here in a minute. But let me just retrieve 40 levels real quick. Yeah, that is not intentional. That is a bug. And like I said, I don't want to really expose how it works. because you're not supposed to do bugs. So there we go. And that's going to give me an enchanted plate. And then I take the enchanted plate and put it over here. And that's going to allow me to make 3 copies of the book, of the original book. So if you always keep 1 copy, you basically get 2 that you can use. So you need some books. You need some ink. And that's all I need to make this run. The ink, and these are very particular about where you click on. The ink goes right there. There we go. The stack of books goes there. Now this should, if I put another book in there, I'm curious now. What do I have that I could, I want to copy the Vorpal book. Do I have an actual just copy of Vorpal? Not in there. The protection, actually the protection 4 will work. For this protection 4, I need copies of that anyway. Oops, go on that side. So now you can see I did not add a chase to it, but I bet, unless it's been fixed, which I hope that it has, at some point I hope that it gets fixed. We'll get 1, 2, 3. It's going to take another 40 levels to do this one. And we will see, didn't need to put a chase in there. It just went to a negative number though. Okay, and then take that book off, put a book over here. If you have something in your Modpack that will repair damage to an item, you can use that to fix up these chases instead of making all 3 copies of it. And what that'll do is you can make 2 copies that remove the chase, or remove the printing thingy. What's it called? What are they called? The plate. Or you can remove the plate, repair it, and then put it back and get more copies out of it that way. So, but I'm not too concerned about it. I've got plenty of experience. I'm going to have a lot more experience when I set up my mob farm, so that's not an issue for me. It's really not an issue since I've got that looping bug right now again. Yeah, like I said, I'll fix that off camera. And before it gets too out of control there, I got way too many levels. But I want to get this. I want to get my Amulet of Viz storage. You can see it doesn't have any stored in it right now. Whoops. Don't want to click that with the thing on your button. So there we go. I'll swap that out. And that's going to start charging. Oh, if you don't have your goggles of revealing on, you don't see the Viz very well. So let's put our thing back on there. There's a thing you can do with these that'll give you a book. Oh, tinted glasses. I didn't know you could do that. That'll give you an enchanted book of reading 1, and then you can apply that reading 1 to your armor, although I don't think I can apply anything to blood armor. I haven't tried every method yet, and I will probably end up trying. But yeah, we'll just put those away now. So that's all about the enchanting. Like I said, I'm going to basically get a collection of everything I need as far as books go. Probably put another one of those experience things up here someplace close by so I don't have to go up and down every time I need to get the levels to do an enchant. And I can copy the enchanted books as I get them. And if I get an item that has an enchant on it that I want to save, I can use the thing over here, the auto disenchanter. Okay, that's enough of that. So finally, back to the warpwood. And this is probably the last thing I do on camera, but because a lot of the armors and stuff that I want to be putting together and things I want to build are going to require a lot of the what's it called, the iron, the void metal. Sorry, I'm going to need lots of void metal to make lots of void ingots. Void. See, I don't have any right now. I should have void seeds. Where's my void seeds? Seeds? Yeah, there are. Void seeds. I wonder why that didn't show up a second ago. Oh well. Now that I've cleared the other thing, what I want to do is I'm going to enchant one of these. Okay, I want to enchant a bunch of these. So I put, here's a little trick. I'm going to put one warp or one void seed over here because it needs to be like that for the enchantment. And then I'll take the rest of these and put them in this side. Let's double check to make sure I actually have the stuff I need for this. It's under Tainted Magic. I'm making Awakened Warpwood Trees. So I need lots of Alienus, Metallum, Tenebrae, and Vacuos. Well, I just put a bunch of Vacuos in here, so yeah, we're good on Vacuos. Tenebrae, I've actually got a decent amount. Alienus, I've got plenty, and I know I've got like tons of Metallum. Actually, I don't have tons, but I got enough Metallum. So start that up. And somebody mentioned about maybe putting some of the terminals that will allow me to monitor the different levels and stuff. This might be one of those cases that would be nice to have. You know, either just like around the altar or something. So you can see it drew in the seeds from this side. It didn't even touch the one over there, because the hopper puts them back onto this pedestal so fast. When it goes to scan for the next item, it comes to here, and there's already another seed there, so it goes ahead and just uses that seed instead of going over to that one. So do a couple of these, and then I'll go show you what they're good for. So long as I save some seeds to do this enchantment, what's basically going to happen is I'm going to be able to get more seeds. And this thing should be charged. Yeah, this thing charges up. Anytime I stand anywhere near a Viz relay, anytime I'm close enough to a Viz relay, it'll automatically charge up. And then that will automatically charge my wand. So I really don't got to worry too much about putting my wand in a charging pedestal or station or anything. So it just charges from there. And that charges from the network. Got two of these. That's good enough to show you what they do. I'm going to go outside, and of course it's dark outside. I think I think it helps if it's light. So we'll go sleep off the nighttime before we go running around outside. And then I will grab some. Actually, I got something better than bone meal. I forgot. This is another thing that I did. See, I've been doing too much stuff off camera, and that's. I'm sorry, guys, about that. So hopefully, I haven't skipped anything. And this is one of the things that I almost forgot about. Is I made a hoe of growth, and I've got repair 2 on it. Now, the thing is I don't have repair 2 in the book yet, so. This is a perfect example of one that I actually want to do. So we're going to go ahead and take the repair 2 off, put it on a book, copy it, put it back on the hoe of growth, and then I'll have copies of the repair enchantment to put on other things that I want. Now I guess while I'm waiting for that, I can go ahead and start another one of these. Well, this is going to be the last one because I'm going to be out of seeds after this. And then hopefully I've got enough of the Ascension in the system to actually finish that one. I didn't check my maths. So we look over here. There's the diamond leggings from earlier. There's the 2 books that came off of them. And there's my repair and my hoe. Woohoo. Okay, come over here. Clear that. Now, unfortunately, diamond leggings, remember, I can't put them in there to break down, so maybe we will do something with those here in a little bit for an experiment right at the end of the episode. Clear off those books. The only one I want is repair, so these can go in there. Okay. This is probably going to be one that's extremely expensive. Oh wait, I don't. I'm going to say it's 40 levels. Pretty sure it's 40 levels. You know what? No, actually it doesn't matter, since this thing's buggy right now. That is bugging me. Yeah, that's bugging me, so I gotta fix it. That should fix it. Yeah, I don't like being cheaty like that, even if it's on accident. So there we go. And yeah, it did take 40 levels. That gives me my repair. No, I didn't want to. See, he's very, very touchy about where you touch these, picky about where you touch these things. So there you go. I'm going to get my repair, put it back on my hoe of growth, which is going to require some levels. Let's grab 10 more levels. I'm pretty sure it's not more than that. I think it's 6. Because there's no point in making a new hoe of growth when I can make sure that this one never breaks. Although they are not very hard to make, so 7 levels. Okay, that's fine too. Then we will go outside. And I don't really need to go too far. When I first grew one of these, I was afraid that it was going to like taint the land or something like that, but it turns out it doesn't really hurt it. Clear out a 3x3 area. I don't think the grass will prevent it from growing, but just in case. It makes a squishy sound when you place it down. And then I can just hove growth it. It acts kind of like a bone meal. Come on. There it goes. So what's special about the awakened tree is about halfway up, you'll run into this dense warpwood. The dense warpwood, and I see that I've gotten Fortune 3 on my Endermatic now, so that's actually good. And that got me 6 void seeds. Not bad. You can get like up to 10, I think, from one tree. And these guys do not drop. They don't drop the awakened warpwood saplings. They only drop the regular ones. So you always have to make sure you save some seeds to make more if you want to make more later. Let's see, did that get me? Yeah, got me a couple more. That one's not a very good one. I think I only got 4 from that one. You'll always get more than what you put into it, but not necessarily a ton. I don't know if it's any better than just making the void seeds using the alchemy or not. But it is... you do get wood. You do get the warp wood. And there's some interesting things you can do with warp wood as well. Like when you cook it, let's do that. Let's cook it for me. Cook one of these for me. No, can't do it in this. Wait, is that because this is, no. There's something you can do with this. Usages. Where is it at here? Fuel. Sag mill. I could sag it. I could have swore that there was a way that you could turn this into something interesting by cooking it. I must be thinking of a different kind of wood. There's another kind of wood that you can make called tainted wood. Where's it at? Right here, this guy. Tainted trees. Oh, there. That's the stuff right there I was thinking about. So it requires a tainted tree, and then you can get this hex coal. I haven't made one of those yet. No particular need to, since I'm not living in a warped area. But there we go. Now I got a bunch of void seeds, and if I save 2 of those, go ahead and throw the rest of them in there. Did I remove? No. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, and it's making me void metal. So I'm just going to save 2 of the seeds so that I can make some more of those warped woods later. I'm going to get this really cool purple wood, too. That, can I even turn it in? I could swear that I could turn this into planks. No? Apparently not. I can crush it into sawdust, but I can't make planks out of it. I can use it for any place that I could normally use a log. But apparently there's no planks. But it is a cool looking wood. And it's really dark. It's actually more like a blue, but... Okay. So I think that's pretty close to everything I wanted to show you guys for updates. There's one more thing that I wanted to do, is run an experiment with you guys here at the end. So there's this stuff called, let's find it in here. It's under Atomic Horizons, called alchemite. So if I take some TNT, I got more than I thought, and we'll come over here, because this is something I'm probably, if it does work, I'm going to want a bunch of it. And we come down here, somewhere in this list should list alchemite. Make me that. Okay, and we're going to run a couple of experiments with this real quick. So I just need two, I think. I need a chest. We'll just grab a couple of those. We're going to come down here and grab some of this armor. So we'll get some enchanted, some not enchanted, a couple pieces of each. And now I need to go someplace kind of far away that I don't mind doing some destruction. So I think that I'm going to go over above the desert. It's not too far away, and it's far enough. There's enough destruction there already that I don't think a little more is going to be noticed. In fact, I'm just watching my radar, not even looking at the ground or anything. Somewhere down here. I went a little farther than I intended to. So yeah, this general area right here, where I've been digging up sand, I dug up like a good portion of the desert right here. You know what else I will probably want is my angel block, because I don't want to affect the terrain so much. Order that. Oh, that's so nice. It doesn't use that pop-up thing on me anymore. So I'm going to come up here. I don't want to destroy the angel block. So what I want to do is I want to put a chest. Whoops. I hope the chest will hold up the... You know what? Just in case, I'm going to get a little bit of sandstone here. And we need to check that the sandstone. Sandstone has Terra and Perdido. Or, yeah, Perdido? I think I said the wrong thing there. And we're going to I just want to make sure that the alchemite doesn't fall through the chest. I've never tried this before. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put we'll use the enchanted and the non-enchanted chest piece thing there. We're going to put a piece of alchemite on top of it. Now, if you don't know what alchemite does, basically what it does is instead of just like destroying whatever, when it blows up, it doesn't just destroy stuff. Instead, it converts it into shard-like stuff. We'll see what that is. We'll get some of it here in a second. Anyway, I need that flint and steel. I should just be able to light that like regular, and it didn't go through the block. That's good. Through the chest. Now it removed that, but then down here you see all this stuff. Okay, so putting it in the chest didn't work. It removed the chest, and I got whatever the materials were for the chest. What was that? So I got crystallized essence, Vacos, Metallum. That was what was in the chest. The lucrum, that's part of the chest. 27 and 27 of Terra and Perdido, which was the sandstone. Okay, so putting it in the chest doesn't work. Now the next thing to try is we're going to do something similar. We're going to come up into the air a little bit. Put that down. Make another 3x3 here of this stuff. Break that because I don't want to lose that part. Now this time I'm going to put the alchemite down. Then I'm going to throw the chest, diamond, all that stuff on the area so that it's an item. Now I'm going to light it. And let's see if it when it blows up, if we get the resources from that. Okay, it looks like it killed the items, and I got nothing. Nothing from them. I was really hoping that was going to work. So yeah, it destroyed the actual items, but it didn't give me the materials. It didn't give me the essence, the crystallized essence from them. So that was it was a good experiment, but doesn't work for what we want to do. So anyway, guys. We're going to wrap it up at this point. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, sure and leave a like, comment, thumbs up. Go check out everybody else's channel that plays here on the Primus server. They've got some really cool things going on, as usual. And until next time, I will catch you later.